Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited you're here. I got some amazing DIYs for today, so let's get into the DIYs. Let's get into DIY number one. So I'm using the 5-gallon paint stir sticks from, I think I got them from Home Depot. You get 3 in a pack for $1, super cheap. So I'm using 2 packs for this project. So you can see the measurement lines there, but that's okay because that's going to be the back. So I'm going to flip them one side over the other just to kind of get them to lay better. So see that top one right there? I forgot to flip it. So on the front side, we have a ruler, but that's okay because I like it. It's part of the charm. So these are the jumbo popsicle sticks from Walmart, and I'm just going to use these to combine all of these stir sticks together. Easy. It's so easy to do it this way. You just plop some glue on there, put it down, make sure it's hitting all of the stir sticks, and it totally holds it together really well. Hot glue works just fine for this. There she is, so beautiful. So that's a great little surface right there to work on. So don't forget, you guys, if you're loving this DIY, to subscribe to my channel, share, like, comment, all that good stuff. It helps my channel grow. So these stir sticks are the gallon size stir sticks that you get, when you buy like a gallon of paint from the paint store. I bought mine on Amazon. They were super cheap to buy a ton of them, so I did. And then I took them out to I measured the length that I needed because I didn't want the ends to be on there, and took it out to my miter saw, and I just cut them all at one time, all 4 of them. I just put some tape around them and cut it. You can use a miter box. You could do miter shears, all different kinds of things will cut these, but I love my miter saw. It makes my life so much easier. So hot gluing these babies on just to give it a little bit more character to the front. Give it that kind of like faux shutter look is what I'm going for here. So I'm making my own stain. So I love making my own stain because number 1, it doesn't smell. Number 2, it dries super fast, and I can control the color that I want it to be. So as you see, I'm using a gray and just water in a little cup. I'm going to just swoosh it on there, get it all over the place. If you don't like gray, you can add a brown paint in there. You can add a white paint in there and just do a straight whitewash. You can do black. I love a black wash on this natural colored wood. So this is the way it came out when it was all done, but I wanted it to be a little bit darker. So I go ahead and I add just a little bit more gray acrylic paint to my water mixture, and then I just went ahead and did a whole nother coat on top of this. So now that the whole coat is on, I'm taking a paper towel and I'm just going to wipe off the excess. And I love a little bit, it gave it a little bit of a deeper look. I did go ahead all the way around the whole thing and paint the sides because you're going to be able to see it when it's hanging on the wall, and you don't want people to be like, oh, she didn't even bother to paint the sides. So I did all the way around. Now, if you're going to keep this in your house, the hot glue is sufficient. If you're going to put it outside for some reason, like if you have this cute little setup in your front porch or whatever and you want to put it outside, I would recommend wood glue because the hot glue will heat up with the heat and your piece will fall apart, and that won't be so fun. But for inside purposes, the hot glue is perfect. So this is that Antique Wax by Waverly, and I am just dry brushing. So remember, I'm putting some on, dabbing it off on my paper towel, and then just running because I don't want a solid coat. I just want to give it look like it has that weathered look. It's more, three-dimensional this way because it's got texture and depth into the color, so it's not just one color. And I love, 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 love how this combination came out. The gray stain, faux stain that we made, and then just adding a little bit of this brown antique wax. I love it. Look at how cute that is. So pretty. Perfect for my house. So right there, I had a little bit too much, and I didn't like it, but the best part is it's paint. Guys, you could just swipe over it, add a little bit more, you're good to go. So I'm going to dry this sucker up. And so now these are those, they're just push pins. They're just gold push pins. I'm pushing them in there. They went in pretty easy peasy. See, that top side there wasn't so easy. It wanted to fight me. So I'm just like, okay, I'll get back to that side. So I add them in. Everything's great. Hunky dory. So this one did not want to go in, and I could not find my little hammer, so I used a paintbrush. And then I found my screwdriver. Whatever works, I got it in there. But see how it just adds that next level. So now we're adding a next level of detail to our design. So this one, I went to go push it in, it snapped, it broke, so I was like, oh, a little hot glue. And there you go, you'll never know. So this is just a black paint marker that I got, I believe from the Dollar Tree, and because I didn't want them to be gold, because nothing in my house is gold. So I thought black would be cute. So I just go ahead and paint every single one of them, except for I missed that one little spot on the top that drives me nutty. I fixed it later when I caught it, like after I had finished the project. But for right now, we're just going to pretend like it's all the way black. So all of the thumbtacks are black. And then, of course, you want to just give it, dry it quickly. Because if you touch those while you're working on the rest of your project, it will come off. So this frame came from the Dollar Tree. I had never seen this one before, and I thought it was beautiful. So it's that galvanized look. So it's got the shiny metal with, the other colors mixed in. So I just took everything out. I'm pulling out the little flapper things that you push down. And seeing where I want to put it. So at this point, I realize it's way too shiny for my project. It looks way too new, even though it's their galvanized look. So I'm going to try to use the watered down gray paint. Subscribe now. So this is Elephant Paint by Waverly. Sometimes when you get to the end of the bottle, it gets a little thicker. That's just chalk paint. That's what happens. So I just added my mixture of gray with the water into it, shook it up, and it's good to go. So I'm going to use this gray to darken up my look. So I realized that watered down gray is not going to, it's like a super shiny surface. It was not going to work. So I just wipe it off. No biggie. And then I just take my stencil brush from the Dollar Tree, which I love these. They are so great. And I'm just kind of pouncing it into the frame. So I'm just darkening it up. I'm essentially doing the same look, but giving it a more antiqued look because that shiny on that antiqued looking wood is just not, it is not going to look good. So I'm just going to go all the way around, do this. Get my fingerprints in the paint. Yep. Oh, look at, but you just cover it right back up. I love this technique. I've done it many, many times in my crafting life. And normally I have to put like a shiny silver down first and then do a gray and then a black and then a white and then all that stuff. But this this was a great base to start this without having to do the shiny on the bottom because it was already there. So this is just adding a little black, and then I just take my paper towel and I just kind of dab it in, kind of using it like a sponge. I have a sponge somewhere, but I couldn't find it, so paper towel it is. And then we're going to use a little bit of brown paint, just to kind of give it that, you know, we're going to put it in the corners where it would naturally rust if it was outside. If it was metal and it was outside, it's naturally going to rust. So we're just going to add a little bit to that. Just gives it a little more depth and character. Again, pat pat, because we don't want it to look like we purposely put it there. We want it to look like it was made to be that way. Let me clean up my mess. I'm so messy. I'm a messy crafter. Oh, see, isn't it so pretty? I love it. So much better than that shiny. So I didn't quite want to glue this down with hot glue or whatever glue because you see all the ridges in there? They kind of really stick up. So I love this mounting tape by Super Glue. It is so good. I've used it on tons of stuff in my house to hang things up, and it really does. I mean, it doesn't come off. If I ever really wanted to pull this frame off, I could, but I just like, because it's foamy and it fills in the gaps, and it just works out really well. So I added on there. Look at perfect. I didn't have to fight with it. I didn't have to use a super excess amount of hot glue to make it happen. So these flowers are wood flowers. They're by Sola Flowers. I'm not sponsored. I love them. I think they're wonderful. Look how beautiful that color is. I couldn't wait to use this color combination. It's kind of fallish, but neutral at the same time, so I loved it. So this is a combination of the Sola wood flowers, and then some of these are from the Dollar Tree. They came out with their own little version, and I kind of just mixed them in with these. So this part is total preference. It is you do you lay them out how you want to lay them out. This is sped up like 300 times. I really spent a lot of time trying to figure out exactly where I wanted to put them. Took the time for the glue to dry, all that good stuff. But this was super therapeutic. I had a movie on in the background. I was just, ooh, timber. This one in the middle. You're going to see that that one in the middle eventually comes out completely. But I just spent the time. It's, like I said, it's therapeutic. It's kind of nice. Just, it's like doing a flower arrangement in a vase, but this one's on a frame. So if you haven't figured out by now, I love eucalyptus. I think that eucalyptus looks so cute in everything. These are the silver dollar eucalyptus. This is a little bit of, that one I stuck right there is like a baby's breath. I felt like it needed greenery just to kind of give it that, you know, another, again, an elevated look of just a bunch of flowers in a frame, right? And this right here, again, is personal preference. You put them where you want them. You do them, you don't. It's totally up to you. That's the best part about crafting is you can do what you want and what fits in your house best. But I just absolutely love this project. Okay, so this is boxwood from Walmart. I think it's like $2 for a bunch of them, and I just plucked them off the arrangement, or however they come, the group of them. And I just thought that this was an extra added green layer that, oh look at, I love it. I love it. Oh, so this is me looking at it thinking, okay, so now what's going on? Where am I going to put it? So I pull out some of those eucalyptus leaves because they just didn't go there. Add some more boxwood. And this is where I go. I hate that one in the middle. So off it comes. I'm going to save you the drama of watching me take it all apart. But I did pull it off. I had to get the pliers out and get the glue off. But this right here, ladies and gentlemen, I absolutely love it. It came out so cute. Thank you for being part of DIY number 1. All right, I'm so excited for DIY number 2. So this is drop cloth. You pick it up at Home Depot, Lowe's, any home improvement store. It's what painters use to throw on the ground when they're painting. But crafters like to use it for a bajillion other things. So I am making a curtain for my kitchen window. So I went over there and I measured. So that's the measurement of the space that I'm going to be filling. So I am going to go a little bit over. I'm going 3 inches over on the top to account for where the rod goes through. So this is the best part about drop cloth. On a lot of fabrics, actually, you just kind of clip and pull, and you know, it's giving you that rustic look, and it pretty much will rip in a straight line. I mean, it's very rare that it's ever happened to me that it didn't. So I'm using the hem as my straight line because, you know, Lord knows I can't cut straight. So that's the straightest it's going to get. But again, you know, once it's up hanging, even if it was a little bit off, like, you're really not going to notice. So I'm marking down to the 15 inches because that's how much of my window I wanted to cover. So you'll see that I cut it to 18 and then I went to 15 to make my pocket basically for the rod. So, and I'm just using hot glue. So they do have fabric hot glue, which you can use if you want to. If you know how to sew, you can sew this. I don't know how to sew. I can't even sew on buttons. It's sad. It's a sad day when Amanda tries to sew. But I know how to use a hot glue gun, and this is the best. So this curtain right here is currently in my kitchen window, which at this time of day, the sun is blaring in the back of my house, and it is holding up perfectly. The heat isn't even affecting the hot glue. So there's something about hot glue and fabric that's just pretty awesome. So it's a little wrinkly. I'm going to take out my mini heat press. I wish I had a big one, but I don't. Because I was using this for a lot of smaller projects, so it was it was perfect for my smaller projects, but something this big, because, you know, your girl don't own an iron, because I don't iron anything. I believe in dryers, but I tried the dryer and it wouldn't get all the wrinkles out. So I took my little mighty guy and I ironed the best that I possibly could to get out as many wrinkles as I could. So you're going to see you know, like dark spots in the drop cloth. That's part of the natural like fiber that comes in it. They're not perfect, which makes them so nice for farmhouse decor. So this right here, I'm just measuring to find the middle of my curtain because we are going to put a beautiful screen print on it. So this is Chalk Couture. The link is in my bio if you want to learn about any of the stuff here. I'm fuzzing this. So basically I'm taking off some of the sticky off the back because if you go to stick it straight on there, not necessarily in fabric, but on wood and other surfaces, it'll rip your stuff off. So you kind of fuzz it, and then I'm using ink. So you've seen me before use the chalk paste, and this is chalk paste ink. So once I heat set this, it is permanent to the fabric. So again, they're not really stencils, they're more like screen prints. It's just wonderful. I mean, if you don't own a Cricut, and nor do you want to spend the time, you know, coming up with a font and all this other stuff, the great thing about these are I just wash them and they're reusable. I can use them over and over and over again. I absolutely adore them. I'm hardly using any of that ink at all. Like, it looks like I'm slamming a lot on there, but I'm not. You'll see at the end when I go to wipe everything off that I'm hardly using any at all. So that little jar is going to last me forever because it doesn't take very much to do this.
You could have gone anywhere, been anyone. You stole my heart like a thief on the run. You're not much for taking chances, but you've taken a chance on me.
Here comes the super satisfying part. Wait for it. Wait for it. Oh, how pretty is that? So pretty. I've never been able to stencil anything without getting a hot mess everywhere. But these are awesome. So that's after I've cleaned it. Looks just the same as it did when I laid it down the first time. And I get to add some cute little farmy animals. I love these because it really does mix that kind of boho look with the farmhouse, which is my jam. That's what the decor in my house is like, because they added the little details in the animals. I think it's so cute. I absolutely love this curtain. Every single time I walk into my kitchen, I'm like, that is the cutest thing I ever did see, and I made it. I'm so excited. I hope you guys love it too.
And I prefer the country or city lights. But we made our bed and it feels just right. So I'll stay here with you for the rest of my nights. You're not much for taking chances, but you've taken a chance on me. And now we're building bridges as far as the eye can see. And I never thought I'd find anything close to all that I knew you would be. Ain't it beautiful? Darling, beautiful. With you here next to me. Oh, it's beautiful, the life that we've made here. Oh, it's beautiful, and I don't want to take it for granted. You're not much for taking chances, but you've taken a chance on me.
Isn't that adorable? That darn fly. He was harassing me this whole time. I told him to leave me alone, but he just wouldn't listen. But these little farm animals are so cute. So this is where I wanted to make sure. So I was eyeballing. I know that the cow was in the middle. I was using the lines that I had put on to figure out where the cow was. And I wanted to make sure that my sheep was equal distance from the cow as the piggy was. So here I am, I'm measuring from leg to leg. It's super easy. I'm telling you, if I can do this, you can do this. And it's just, this isn't even sped up that fast. It does happen that quickly. It's pretty easy to do. Comment below, you know, if you have any questions. I'd love to answer them for you. Like I said, my link is in my bio, so you can check it out for yourself. Look at, so quick. I love it. And Mr. Sheep, yep, looking good.
Is this all that you dreamed it'd be? Ending up here, ending up with me. You could have gone anywhere, been anyone. You stole my heart like a thief on the run. You're not much for taking chances, but you've taken a chance on me. And now we're building bridges as far as the eye can see.
Okay, so now I'm going to make it permanent. So this is just wax paper that I'm using and my little mighty heat tool. And I just apply some heat to it and it sets into the fabric. So it's now part of the fabric. It's not coming off. I'm super excited about that. Like, how easy was that? I just kind of was winging it. I didn't know if wax paper would work, but we found out together that it does. So I'm just going to let you watch this part. And this is just me heat setting everything. I'd love to hear what you think of this curtain, what you would have done different. Do you like the little animals on it? I love it. I think I'm going to add like a tassel like scarf to the top of it. It'll be so cute. I just love it. And then what happens at the end here is my battery, my SIM card literally filled up and it cut me off. So I will insert a picture of the completed project at the end. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate every single one of you. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share. It really helps my channel. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for being a part of this amazing journey that I am so blessed to be on.
Thought I'd find anything close to all that I knew you would be. Ain't it beautiful? Darling, beautiful. With you here next to me. Oh, it's beautiful, the life that we've made here. Oh, it's beautiful. And I don't wanna take it for granted. You're not much for taking chances, but you've taken a chance on me.
Moving on to DIY number 3. So this DIY, I almost gave up because this really is a creative process, guys. It's not like sometimes I do wake up in the middle of the night with ideas, but it's more of an idea, and it's not until I get something in front of me and start working the project that my idea comes to life. So there's a lot of creative process in this. There's a lot of trial and error and seeing what'll work and what won't work and what I have and what I don't have and, you know, all that good stuff. So I had started off, this was a sign that I had in my house for forever. It had like a burlap and it said blessed on it. Obviously you could see that. And then I decided I was going to paint it white for the beginning of this DIY. And then I decided I didn't like it white, that I was going to make it solid black. So here I am painting away solid black on this fabulous sign. And I'm really just, you know, getting it on there. I mean, there's no rhyme or reason to my painting techniques. They're just making it happen. Okay, so here she is, all nice and black. So this is grass green. It's a contact paper, and I got it on Amazon, and I want to say grass cloth. So it's grass cloth. I ordered it because it's contact paper or wallpaper. It has texture. I love texture. Texture is so nice when you're adding it to things. Like, you can put this on your wall, you can add them to projects like this. There's a ton of different stuff you could do with this, but I know it's hard to see with the camera, but there really is almost like that linen texture to this. So I am just kind of lining it up in there, and then I'm going to cut it down to fit inside the perimeter, the inside area of this box. See, then I accidentally, see how I ripped it on the bottom? So I end up recutting it. Yep, that's not going to work. Thought I was going to make it work, but no. So I end up recutting it, and with minus the rip, and then I started to put that in there. So I'd love if you would leave a like on this video, comment, share, all that good stuff. I appreciate you guys oh so much. So I just am peeling the back piece by piece, and I'm just using a little squeegee, and I am making it so that there's no bubbles in it, and it's going to go on nice and smooth. Well, smooth with texture. So here, boom. That is a notice to the wise to make sure that your project is 100% dry before you run a squeegee along the side like that. So a little baby work, a little baby wipe, no harm, no foul. It came right off. That was the nice thing about it being contact paper, because if it was like truly like cloth, it wouldn't have come off, and it would have been a hot mess, and I would have had to start over again. So I am just going through here and getting this nice and smooth onto the background of this picture. Using the utility knife just to get the excess off of the end and the sides. You can't see from this angle because of course I have it like halfway pulled towards me, because like I said, this project was mega frustrating. So I just had it, I was just trying to get her done. I was just trying to make the magic happen. So this little tapestry I got off of Amazon. I'm part of a glitch group, guys, on Amazon, and there's always stuff on sale, and I just can't resist it. I can't. I'm an Amazon junkie. My husband didn't quite know how Amazon-y junkie I was until, you know, last year when everybody was home. So I don't remember how much I paid for this. It came in a set of 3. I want to say it was less than $10. And I love the moon phases, and I love, love, love the neutral in this. This is super boho. I love it. So I just got this little ruler, hard ruler, square ruler, whatever it's called. And so I just added it there and you know, went back and fixed it up a little bit. It's okay. But it's so cute. Look at how cute it is. I love it. I love it. So it's not perfect, but that's okay. That is a-okay. So here is where another hot mess of an experience comes along. So I have it lined up where I want it. I get my lucky, trusty hot glue gun. I put hot glue on the top there. And then I realize, how exactly am I supposed to grab that by the corner? So I just kind of lay it down and get hot glue everywhere. So I didn't leave the clip in where I was literally scraping off hot glue. And then I put the hot glue on the bottom, and look at that. You could totally see it through it because it's like a velvety material that these little moon phases are on. So I was like, well, I'm definitely gonna have to put something to cover that up because that's ugly. And I had already had the beads out. As you see, they were right there because I wanted to incorporate the half beads into this. So these are just wooden half beads, again, off of Amazon. They're inexpensive. I was trying 2 different sizes, but yo girl has multiple sizes of these beads. So you're gonna see it. I tried the big ones, I didn't like it. I tried the small ones, not my jam. So then I pull out the next bag and we have medium. It's just right. This is the just right size. So I am going to hot glue these over that hot glue hot mess right there, and it just covers it up. I love it. In the long run, it came out really cute, super boho, almost like could really go in like a modern farmhouse decor because of the solid black and the texture. And then of course, you know, who doesn't love moon phases? So I'm just gonna let you watch me glue these back on here. Again, thank you so much for taking the time to be with me today to watch me do my DIYs. This is number 3. Got one more to go. I'm so excited. Thank you guys so much again. I appreciate every single one of you that have taken your time to watch my videos, like and subscribe. You guys are the best. And here we are at DIY number 4. If you have made it this far, go ahead and put a heart in the comment section so I know that you're still here. So this is pretty awesome. So this is a DIY kit because I know not everybody has the DIY gene in their body, you know? So I saw this on Instagram, so I thought I'd give it a try. So this is by Project Home DIY. I'm not sponsored. I'm just an avid DIYer who wanted to try something different. So it's, I want to say $50 a month. The first one was like 30% off. I only got 2 because honestly this is I've had it for months and I hadn't even opened it, but it's really cool. It comes with every single thing that you need to be able to do this project. I mean, they sent me a mini glue gun, Surebonder glue sticks, the brush, the sanding block, the paint, the stain, the pieces for the clock, everything. So the stain that came with it is it is dark. It's like a brown stain, but you know, my stain color, tried and true, is gray. So this is my own stuff. So I'm using the Elephant paint by Waverly, and I just added it to water, and I made my own stain, which is even better because it'll dry faster. Because real stain, it definitely takes a long time to dry, almost overnight. I'd say most of the times overnight. Like, you can't really speed up the staining process. So I'm just putting it on here, painting it on like anything else. It's going to seep into that wood, show that wood grain. So pretty. I love it. I love it. Definitely more than the brown would have been. So now I'm just taking the sanding block that they sent me, and I'm just kind of going over it to make sure it's nice and smooth. See how you could see that that's how I always check wood. Like when I'm sanding, I always like wipe my hands over it because no one wants to touch something and get a splinter or anything like that. I mean, it was pretty smooth to begin with, but I mean, wood is wood. There's going to be rough spots and whatever. And it was just really helping to really blend that stain in. Tapping out the sanding dust. So the next step is going to be to whitewash this. So I did use the paint that they sent me to whitewash with and their little brush. And let me tell you, actually this brush worked really well for dry brushing. I didn't see it how I normally like take the brush and then I put some on my paper towel, but it didn't really hold a ton. So it was actually really good for that. So I just went through and dry brushed white all over the gray stain. Right here, I was just going around the edges to make sure that the edges look complete as well, because you know it's going to be hanging on the wall. You're going to be able to see the edges. So just wanted to add a little extra white here and there. I was all done with that. So I'm going to give it a little blow dry because I'm impatient and I wanted it to dry fast. So she's all blow dried. So now this is, you couldn't see that. My camera was on manual focus and I didn't realize that until I was editing the video. So this is a little fuzzy. I'm really sorry about that right now, but it is what it is. So this is Truffle by Waverly chalk paint. It's just a really deep brown. It's gorgeous. I love this color. And I'm just going to add some more depth to this because you know I'm extra. It's got to have a little bit more. I don't want mine to look like everybody else's, so this is the best part about the DIY kit is you could do it exactly the way that you wanted to do it. So say that you didn't even want to stain it, you just wanted to paint it white and call it good. You could do that. You could do whatever you want. You could add more detail like I did. It's totally up to you, and that is the best part of DIYing is you could do whatever makes you happy and fits into your house. So the funny story on the magnet, so it gives you the little, what you call it, template to use to put the magnets on, and it just wasn't registering me. For some reason, I don't know what happened. So anyways, I kept trying to put the magnets on, and of course you see that I missed some, but it's okay. So then they give you the little screws to attach it to the wood piece itself, and those went in like butter. They were super easy to put in. There was no effort on my part. I literally just screwed it into the wood. So now I'm starting to put the metal letters on the magnets, and this is where I realize I think you messed up. So I'm just gonna kind of play around with this for a minute and get all the numbers on there the way that they're supposed to be, because you know this is the first time I've ever seen a clock, right? I'm telling you, I kept looking at the clock behind me like, am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? It's so funny how we totally go on technology, you know, just the phone on our, the clock on our phone, and that's it. But yeah, so this was super easy. I mean, once I got into the groove of things, like how easy is it just stick the numbers on there? I mean, honestly, awesome. I love it. So then this is just the sawtooth hanger, so I can hang it on the wall. I just eyeballed it. I used that box in the middle, and then went about the middle of the box, and then about, you know, a 1/4 inch from the top. So, and these went in really easy as well. Like I said, no major effort. That little awesome tool, little screwdriver set is from the Dollar Tree, $1. It's like an eyeglass kit one, but it works perfect for all this little stuff. So I just put the backing in, and then there's me reading the instructions, like okay, now how do you do this? I'm clockily challenged, apparently. So I just open this up, I put all the washer, the nut, and then the arms, and then the second goes on the last one, and she is all done. And once again, guys, thank you so much for being here, for taking your time out of your day to be a part of my DIYs. I thank you and appreciate you all so very much. And remember, you can do anything that you dream of. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys in the next one.